Hey guys, welcome to Bharti Yoga. I am Bharti. Today we'll be learning how to do Bakasana or the crow pose. This is an arm balance and requires a fair bit of strength in the upper body and core. So you'll obviously not be able to do it on day one of your practice. However, we'll be looking at some of the preparatory poses that will help you build the strength and stability. Finally, we'll learn how to work your way towards the full crow pose. So once you're ready, let's hop onto the mat and get going.
Let us start by warming up our wrists. Bring the outer edges of the hands together and start rotating the wrists inwards to bring the back of the hands together, followed by the inner edges. Let's do these rotations 10 times in inward direction. Try to make the rotations as big as possible. Very good. Now bring the inner edges together and let's do these rotations 10 times in the opposite direction. Since we'll be doing an arm balance today, it's important to warm up our wrists. Very good. Now let's do some shoulder rotations. Place the hands on your shoulders. Let's start rotating the shoulders in backward direction. Try to bring the elbows together in front. Inhale as you move the elbows up towards the ceiling and exhale as you move them down. Breathe through any tightness you feel in the shoulders. Let's reverse the direction and rotate the shoulders forward 10 times. Make the circles with your elbows as big as possible. Keep breathing. And relax. Now let's come into a tabletop position with hands under the shoulders and knees below the hips. As you inhale, let your belly drop and extend your spine to look up. As you exhale, curl your spine to pull your navel in. Here, try to create as much space as possible between the shoulder blades as you push away from the ground. Relax, and then as you inhale, extend up. Again, exhale, curl down, tuck your tailbone in and try to make the spine as long as possible from the top of your head till the end of the tailbone. Again, inhale, relax and extend up. Exhale down, pulling the navel in and keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Come back to neutral and then push the hips down to come into child's pose. Here, try to keep your hips grounded onto the heels and breathe into the stretch in the lower back. Slowly come back to tabletop, looking forward. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift the left knee towards your forehead and round your spine. Engage the core muscles to bring the knee as high as possible and come back. Again, exhale, bring the right knee in close to the forehead. Pull the navel in and push the ground away from both the hands. Come back. Let's do 2 more on each sides. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring the left knee in. Inhale, relax. Exhale, right knee in, curling the spine and pulling the navel in. Inhale, relax. Exhale, left knee in, keeping the shoulder blades wide and away from the ears. Inhale, relax. Last time, exhale, right knee in to forehead. And relax. Take a deep breath in tabletop. And then as you exhale, push the hips up to come into downward facing dog. Let's walk the dog a couple of times to open up the hamstrings. Finally, push the heels down and elongate the spine, extending the tailbone to the sky. Keep the shoulders rolled back, away from the ears. Try to gently push the chest closer to the thighs as you take a couple of deep breaths in Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, roll forward to come into a high plank. Again, focus on engaging the core and pulling the navel in, round the upper back as you push the ground away from the hands, creating space between the shoulder blades, and then relax to come back to Vajrasana. Take a few normal breaths here and shake out your wrists if you need to. Again, come forward to tabletop and then rise up to high plank. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bring the left knee in towards the forehead. Activate all the same muscles we did while we were in tabletop. Inhale, take the left foot back. Exhale, bring the right knee in. Try to bring it as high as possible. And back. Let's do 2 more on each side. Keep the core engaged and keep breathing. This can be a challenging drill, but it is great for building that core strength and stability. Slowly relax and come back to Vajrasana. Shake out your wrists. The last drill is Chaturanga Dandasana. We'll do just a couple of these. Come to plank. Shift your weight a bit forward and hug your elbows in. Hold your core tight, and as you exhale, start moving down as you bend your elbows. And then as you inhale, slide forward, point the toes back and come into upward facing dog. As you exhale, curl the toes in and come back to downward dog. We'll do this once more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, come down to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the knees down and relax in Vajrasana. Just doing this vinyasa either on its own or as part of the Surya Namaskar practice is great for building upper body strength. Now let's finally move to Bakasana. Bring your hands on the mat, keeping them shoulder distance apart. You can keep a cushion in front just as a safety precaution. Keep the elbows tucked in and roll the upper arms inwards. Come into a squat on your toes and bring the knees in as close to the armpit as possible. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, engage your core and start moving your weight forward. Let's keep the feet on the mat for now, working on engaging the core and keeping the neck long. Look forward on the floor and then come back to squat. That's the first phase. Let's try this again. Bring the hands down on the mat and come into a squat. Bring the knees to the upper arms, engage the core and start moving the shoulders forward. If you are okay here, try to raise one foot up and hover it in the air. Slowly bring it down, then try to lift the other foot up and bring it down and come back. This was the second phase. Now once you're comfortable here, let's try the full pose. Bring the hands on the mat and come into a squat. Tuck the elbows in and bring the knees to the upper arms. Inhale, and as you exhale, move the weight forward. Once you find stability, raise one foot up and then slowly raise the other foot up. Keep breathing, keeping the core engaged and focusing on a point in front. Slowly come down and relax. Let's just stretch out the wrists since we have put a lot of weight on them today. Come into a tabletop and bring the back of the hands on the mat. Then slowly stretch the wrists by pulling the shoulders back to get a nice counter stretch in the wrists. Slowly release and relax. Hope you enjoyed this practice and will find it helpful to work towards a full Bakasana. I'll see you with a new video next week. Till then, keep practicing and stay safe. Bye-bye.